DAT is one of the largest load boards in the US. Most of the carrier companies and truck dispatchers use it on a daily basis to find matching loads, and freight brokers or 3PL companies use it to find matching trucks. Hello everyone, my name is Kamal, and in today's video, I will be doing a short demo on DAT load board. Do stay with me till the end of this video, as I will be sharing some insights about how to use DAT effectively to grow your trucking or freight brokerage business. So let's get started. Now this is DAT's website, dat.com. If you click on products and then click on load board, and if you scroll down, you can actually see different subscription packages which DAT offers. This is the monthly payment for each of these subscription packages. You can call DAT or you can check on their website and compare the features and functionalities of these different subscription packages. Now let's log in into DAT. So basically, once I'm on the main login screen, it will ask you for your username, which is your email ID. So I will just enter my email address here. I will click on continue. My password is already saved here. I will click on continue again. Now this is the main screen. So you can see we have an option for post a truck. We also have an option for search loads, search trucks. So for this demo, I will mainly be showing you a search loads functionality. So let's click on search loads. Now, the first thing you need to do is you need to enter the origin. Where is your truck available for the pickup? So let's say I'll enter Chicago, Illinois. Then DHO by default is 150. So this is basically deadhead around origin. So this is basically the empty miles or the dead miles which your truck or the driver is willing to travel to pick up the load. I'll just keep it a default here. Destination, let's say I will enter Atlanta, Georgia. Then DHD is the deadhead around destination. 150 miles again is by default here. You can change it as well. So 150 miles is the distance around Atlanta, Georgia, where you're willing to deliver the load. Equipment type, you can select vans, flatbeds, reefers, so whatever equipment type you have. So I will just select, let's say, vans. You can even select multiple equipments as well. Then load type is, are you looking for full and partial, full or partial? When I select full and partial, so DAT will show me both full truckload shipments as well as LTL or partial shipments as well. Length is optional. So this is basically the length of your truck or trailer. So if you want to mention 53 feet or 48 feet, weight is also the maximum capacity that you can load in your truck or trailer. So I'll just leave it blank for now. Date range is by default, it's showing as today's date, that is January 15th. So basically if I click on search, it will only show me today's loads. But let's say if you want to look for loads for next 1 week. So you can actually click here and you can select up till January 22nd as well, or you could simply type here 22nd. So now it will show me loads from January 15th to January 22nd. So let's click on search. Now you see, I see 462 results. These are the loads available from Chicago, Illinois area to Atlanta, Georgia area for dry van. And there are almost 2,976 plus results which are similar to our search criteria. Now here you see the lane rate, which is $2.92 per mile. That is the average rate from Chicago, Illinois area to Atlanta, Georgia area, and which is around $2,091 for the trip. If you do a tri haul, you can make additional on an average $1,647. So basically, if you click here, you could actually go through different other areas as well. You could even route it through Quincy, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, and this tri haul could actually make you more money. I will talk about tri haul in a separate video. Market conditions basically gives you some information, some insights about different market areas, inbound, outbound, loads information, supply, demand stuff. But I will talk about market conditions in a separate video again. Now let's look at some loads here. Now these loads have been sorted based on age. So basically the newest load are showing on top. I could also change the sorting as well as per my requirement. Now, when you look at the age, so all these loads where you see 0 minutes, so these loads have been posted just now, literally. Also, on the top, you have this alarm option. If I click on alarm, what will happen is anytime a new load is posted, you will actually hear a notification, an alarm sound. You can immediately call that broker to book the load. Now, rate. Many freight brokers have actually posted the rates also, which they are willing to pay. Now, the first broker here is paying $1,450 for this load. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just disable this alarm. Otherwise, we'll keep getting these notifications. It's a busy day today. There are a lot of loads being posted in Chicago, Illinois area. Now, the first load you see here is in Saint in Illinois. And the freight broker is saying they're paying $2,000 for this, which is around $3.25 per mile. The trip distance that is from Saint Anne, Illinois to Marietta, Georgia is 615 miles, and 72 miles is basically DHO, that is the deadhead around origin. That is the empty miles you need to travel from Chicago, Illinois to Saint Anne, Illinois. DHD is 20 miles here, because I put my destination as Atlanta, Georgia, but the load is going in Marietta, Georgia. So the distance between the two cities is 20 miles approximately. The pickup is for January 16th, that is tomorrow. And the freight broker needs a van, and 42,000 pounds is the weight, and they need a 53 feet trailer, and it's a full load. The name of the freight broker is mentioned here. They have mentioned the email ID here. While I was showing this demo, some more loads got posted here. Now, for example, if you look at the third one here, so we have the freight broker's name, the phone number is mentioned there. A CS is basically the credit score. So if you see a credit score of, let's say, 97 or 95, that means it's a good credit score. Any score that is more than 85 generally is considered to be good. So that means these freight brokers or these 3PL companies are good with their payments. DTP is the average days to pay. So for example, when you see the DTP is 19, that means on an average in 19 days, they make the payment. Now, some loads also have this book option. So if you click on this book, it actually takes you to the freight broker's website where you could book this load. Now, for example, let's look at a load here. So let's say if you want to call this Woodbridge, Illinois to Atlanta, Georgia load, if you click here, it will also give you some more information about this load. So this load is actually a full load van. They need a 53 feet van. 43,000 pounds is the weight. Email is also mentioned for the freight broker or the contact person. And the trip distance is 732 miles. So as per DAT, the spot rate average for last 15 days, so this is the 15 days average, is 2,137, so which is around $2.92 per mile. Minimum is around $2.58 per mile, and maximum is around $3.18 per mile. Based on this trip distance of 732 miles, you're looking at anywhere between 1,889 to 2,328 for this load. You can also see some reviews of this company, and if you click on this company's details, it will actually take you to DAT directory, where it will actually give you some more information about this freight broker. So their MC number, their DOT number, other contact details, reviews about that company, and you can see a lot more details about the freight broker. So it also shows that the credit score has been pretty consistent at around 97 for almost last 1 year. And their days to pay also have been pretty consistent, less than 20 days for almost last 1 full year. So any load that I want to book, I can actually call the phone number, or I can even email, because some freight brokers prefer to mention only the email ID so that they don't get a lot of calls. Now, before you call, you just have to see which load you need to call. Now, typically I would try to call on a load which has been posted recently. Plus, I will also try to call on a load where the empty miles is minimum. So I would like to not travel too far to pick up a load. And also the trip distance has to be optimal. So depending on, do you have single driver, team driver, do you want to go on a 1-day trip, 2-day trip, 3-day trip? Based on that, you can decide which load you would like to call. Okay, now let's look at another lane. Let's say now I'm searching from Bakersfield, California, and I will keep my DHO 150 as default. Another great feature DAT has is I could also keep my destination blank. So if I keep my destination blank, DAT will show me all the loads from origin, that is Bakersfield, California, going to all over US, in fact, even Canada as well. So I will just keep my destination blank. And let's choose reefer this time. There's a lot of produced loads that come from California. I'll again keep the load type as full and partial. I'll keep the length and weight blank. I'll not enter anything here. And let's again look for next 1 week and click on search. So you see there are 1,567 results, and DAT is also telling you there are too many results to show. Narrow your search criteria to view new results, because when you don't put a filtration, like for example, when you keep a destination open, so you will see a lot more loads. So you will see all the loads from Bakersfield, California, going all over Canada and US. Again, you can see these loads have been posted 0 minutes back. Many of these loads have posted the rate as well. For example, there's a load for $7,200, which is like $2.52 per mile, from Vernon, California to Central Islip, New York. So this load has to be picked up tomorrow. That is January 16th. They need a reefer. The weight is 41,766 pounds, and they need a 53 feet trailer, and it's a full load. Then you have the name of the company, phone number, even the extension where you need to call. And the credit score is good. 97 is the credit score for this freight broker, and 20 is like the days to pay. Also, where you see this check mark here, that means factoring is available for these loads. And if you actually click on this check mark, it actually takes you to a different page. So basically, DAT also offers factoring services. So you could actually enter your details here and you could actually sign up for the factoring services. Now, DAT also lets you search by zones also, zip zones. So if I click on these zip zones, entire United States have been divided into 10 zones from 0 to 9, Z1 or Z0 or Z0, whatever you want to call it. So this includes these states, Connecticut, Maine, Massachusetts, and all these states. For example, Zone 6 is actually Illinois, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska. And Zone 9 is actually California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska. You can even search loads going to Canada and Mexico as well. So if I click here, so Canada is divided into 3 zones. So Central Canada, that is Ontario and Quebec, is Zone ZC. Eastern Canada is New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. So ZW is basically Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan provinces. ZM is Mexico. So for example, let's say you're picking up a load from Bakersfield, California, and you want to come to Canada, and let's say specifically you want to come to Toronto area or Montreal area, you could actually search by zone. So you could actually search a ZC, where it will show you all the loads going to all the cities in Ontario and Quebec. So let's enter ZC here, and I search. Now you see we have 47 exact matches. So we have 47 results, and there are 39 similar results. All these loads are actually coming from California to Ontario and Quebec area. For example, the first load is in Los Angeles, California, and this load is coming to Toronto, Ontario. The total trip distance is 2,518 miles, and 113 is the distance that your truck needs to travel empty from Bakersfield, California to Los Angeles, California. This load can be picked up on January 15th or 16th, and they need either a van or a reefer. They haven't mentioned about the weight or the length of the trailer that they need. Now, for example, here they have also mentioned the rate. So this load is actually from Oxnard, California. The freight broker is paying $5,000, and it's coming to Montreal area in Quebec. And it can be picked up any day from January 15th to 17th. They need a reefer. The weight is 29,995 pounds. This load is in Bakersfield, California. The total trip distance is 2,865 miles. And this load is coming to Montreal, Quebec. The load can be picked up today or tomorrow, that is January 15th or 16th. It's a reefer load. The freight broker hasn't mentioned the weight and the length of the trailer they need. It's a full load. So you see, you can actually see loads from Bakersfield to any specific city. You could look at loads going to specific zone, or you could even look at loads going to Canada or Mexico as well. Now, DAT has a lot more features, which I could talk about more in this demo, but we've already spent quite some time on this demo. So I'll just stop here. And hopefully I'll be sharing some more insights about the DAT load board in the future. I hope you like this demo. Now you see, DAT is a great platform loaded with lots of features and functionalities. It's a very easy to use load board. DAT also has a very nice app if you want to use it on your phone. DAT has different subscription packages, and you can check the price on DAT's website or call their sales team for more details. Last but not the least, I want to mention DAT is more than just a load board. It is a very powerful networking platform where you get to interact with so many carriers and freight brokers on a daily basis. Every single interaction has the potential of turning into a long-term partnership. That's all for today. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, take care everyone.